Welcome back to CritterED TV, filmed on location here at the beautiful Tankerville Therapeutic Zoo here in Tucson, Arizona. I'm Jed Dodds. I'm here as always with Clint Elliott, and today we were going to film a whole episode on a gopher snake, but the animal welfare is of our utmost importance, and today when we were bringing Frodo out, we noticed something. So Clint, what's going on with Frodo?
Well, when we took Frodo out of his habitat, we noticed that he had cloudy eyes, which means that Frodo's in a shed cycle. Now, that means that Frodo is a healthy, growing gopher snake, but also when a snake is in a shed cycle, Jed, you really want to keep handling to a minimum, so we decided not to film him today.
But it is a great opportunity for us to be able to still show you guys a little bit about Frodo and the gopher snake and what a shed cycle really means. So why don't we go over to Amelia and Sandra, who have taken Frodo out to give him a little bit of enrichment, a little bit of sun, and we'll teach people a little bit about shedding and snakes. And then next week, once Frodo has shed, we're going to come back and we're going to do an entire episode on how amazing the gopher snake is. So why don't we take off and go take a look?
Hold on. Jed, we're also going to be doing day 2 of the Scorpion Challenge.
Oh, yes.
So we'll still have a show for you. It's just going to be a little shorter show than normal. But yeah, I'm going to go out around the ranch. I'm going to find a scorpion to pick up with my bare hands, just to show everybody that scorpions really don't want to sting you the way a lot of people think.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great opportunity, and this is the time to do it. Just standing out here, we've seen a lot of nature. We've seen Harris hawks, we've seen a kestrel, we've seen amazing birds, and so yeah, scorpions are probably out there. So once we take a look at Frodo for just a minute, we're going to go out and see if we can find another scorpion.
Sounds great. Let's go.
Let's go catch up with them. All right. Hi Amelia, hi Sandra.
Hi Jed.
So I see that you guys have Frodo, and we had just talked about that Frodo is in a shed cycle. Now we didn't notice that until we actually brought him out, so we figured that we would take a couple minutes to explain to you about the shed cycle of a snake and how amazing it is. Right after that, we're going to put him back in his habitat and allow him to go through that shed cycle comfortably, but because Frodo is so used to being handled, it's okay for us to take a couple minutes just to tell you and to show you a little bit about that shed cycle. Now Amelia, what are the first signs that a snake is about ready to shed?
The first and the most prominent signs are that their eyes get all milky and cloudy and their skin gets all dull. You can tell that it's dull because when it's not normally shedding, it's all vibrant and shiny.
And we'll be able to show you the difference between before and after that shed cycle. And as Amelia said, it's pretty evident. They're very vibrant. The color is much brighter. Now, Sandra, what are some reasons or what are some benefits to a snake being able to shed?
Snakes use shedding as a way to grow, as a way to heal, and as a way to rid themselves of parasites.
Yeah, it's a really amazing process that snakes go through, and we don't typically see parasites on our snakes in human care, but definitely for those wild snakes, it's a great way after they shed, those parasites come right off. Now, Clint, what are a couple of things that we need to think about when they are about ready to shed, and some precautions and some things that we want to provide a snake that's in that shed cycle?
Well, for precautions, we had already mentioned it. You really want to keep handling to a minimum. As far as what we're going to provide, there are 2 major things. One is consistent fresh water. Humidity, even for a desert snake, really helps with the shed process. And number 2, you want to provide something for the snake to rub on so that they can get that shed started. That's usually in the form of a rock or some type of litter in the cage that allows a snake to rub against it and remove the skin.
Well, I know we had to pivot a little bit with this episode from what we were going to talk about and telling you how amazing a gopher snake is. So don't worry, we're going to get to that in the next episode. But again, we wanted to take this great opportunity to teach you a little bit about a snake cycle and the way that they will shed, because it's truly amazing. So Clint, why don't we put Frodo back and let's go on a search for some scorpions so Clint can do his scorpion challenge.
It's always fun.
Let's go do it.
It sometimes helps if we have a second set of eyes. There goes the lizard. Oh! Striped devil. It's on me. It's on me. All right, guys, So I just flipped over a few of these railroad ties that are obviously put here by humans, not us, the people that were here before us. And I was lucky enough to find a very large striped devil, also known as a striped-tailed scorpion. And I'm keeping it in the shade as much as I can. Oops. But as you can see, I reached right under and it crawled up on my hand. It did not sting. It's kind of my point here. All stings are accidental. A lot of people, they'll reach underneath things and they will pin the scorpion, and that is how people get stung. If I were to poke the scorpion directly on its back, it would sting me. But if I'm gentle with it and I don't provoke it, there's literally 0% chance that I'm going to get stung. So if you guys remember, if you've seen our previous episodes, we've already introduced the striped devil in episode number 2. Striped devils are one of the 3 most common scorpion species found here in Tucson. And you can see he just kind of raised his tail up at me there, but he didn't sting. They're very quick moving, not as quick moving as a bark scorpion. They're probably twice as heavy as a bark scorpion, but they're far smaller than the giant hairy. And you've met giant hairies, especially ours, Leonardo da Vinci, many, many times. But again, these are amazing little critters that eat lots of cockroaches and really help keep our environment healthy and safe. You do not want to kill them. All right, so this is scorpion number 2 in my scorpion challenge. I had already handled an Arizona bark scorpion without getting stung, and now I have handled a striped devil. It's probably going to be a little while before I find a giant hairy, because I've only found one of those on this property. You tend to have to go out into the saguaro forest to find those, but the weather is turning, monsoon is coming, and we're going to go out and find some of those as well. Alright guys, so before I release this scorpion, I have to put his home back in place. His home is this railroad tie. So I am going to make sure there's nothing else underneath it that I can accidentally squish. Still make sure I'm handling the scorpion properly. And hold on one second, and then I'm going to push it back over gently. And lastly, once I get it on my hand the right way, I am going to put it into a place where there's a gap, and I am going to let the scorpion go back underneath on its own and find its happy place. And there he goes, he's off.
All right, guys, well, we hope you enjoyed this impromptu episode. It's not the episode that we came out here to shoot, but I think it was still a lot of fun and very informational.
Oh, it was a ton of fun, and animals always call the shots.
They absolutely do, and today you actually got to see Clint hold his second scorpion on his scorpion challenge. Today was the striped devil. What an amazing animal.
Oh, they're absolutely incredible.
We truly want to thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. We can't tell you how much that means to us.
It really does, and if you want to support us beyond that, please visit us on Patreon, where you can find a link to the Tanque Verde Therapeutic Zoo in the description as well. All post-production proceeds go to that charity. It's a great cause. Thanks for looking into it.
Well, we'll see you next episode here on CritterED TV, where fear becomes wonder and wonder becomes passion.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.